Good evening, good evening. Hello, everybody. Rogério Manso here. We're starting another live about hybrid project management. Welcome to my channel. Please feel comfortable. I hope you enjoyed this live today because we're gonna talk about a very interesting subject. And if you don't follow me yet, please follow me or give your like if you like this video, because this will help others to get access to this content. And as you know, my channel is basically addressing techniques, best practice, subjects, challenges, and everything related to hybrid project management. And I try to every week invite some friend or some professional to talk here about something in hybrid project management. And today I have a very dear friend that will explain us about Discipline Agile. So I'm gonna help her to join us. Hello, Deborah. How are you?
Hi, Rogério. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
Thank you very much for accepting my invitation and being here. It's a pleasure. I know that your agenda is very busy, and I thank you for having this time to stay with us and talk a little bit about Discipline Agile.
Yeah.
For those doesn't know, Deborah lives in Vancouver, Canada. I live in Montreal, so we are about the 3 hours difference. So for
Yeah.
now, Deborah, I think it's 4 o'clock or something, and we're gonna discuss today about Discipline Agile. But before we start, I'd like to Deborah introduce herself and tell us a bit about her professional, her career, and everything that we need to know.
All right. Thank you so much, Rogério, for having me here. I really appreciate the invite. And welcome everyone that is watching this. And I appreciate that you're here with us as well. So, yes, like you said, I'm Vancouver based. And I haven't been in Montreal, but maybe
Ah,
we'll have a chance next year. So we'll see. um, I've been here in Canada for 6 years now. And when I came, I'm from Brazil, and decisions, I mean, personal decisions, reasons in life. So I was taking a sabbatical year just to figure out a few things about my life, my career, what's going to be next, what we're going to do, and review some values and things that drive me and motivates me throughout my life in general. So I decided to come here to Canada, Vancouver, and uh, since I got here, I just fell in love for the city, really enjoyed the quality. People is very welcoming, and security and many options. In if you like, independent, regardless the season you're in, so you have many options to go enjoy the summer or winter, spring. It's really, really good. I invite you guys to visit Vancouver if you have a chance.
so
Um,
in the beginning, you did not think about immigration. You just
No,
come here
exactly. I
to
was
spend
gonna,
some
yeah,
time.
yeah. So I came here initially just for like a short period. I was also with
Mhm.
other plans in Brazil to when I come back there. But well, yes, I needed to change, adjust my plans so I could actually stay here longer. And I went there just to figure out a few things, and then I came back to actually stay definitely here. And as
Wow.
time goes by, I also decided to become a permanent resident and apply for
Mhm.
the citizenship. And actually, this is going to be, and it is currently my new home. So
Okay.
I love Brazil, love there, but today I just go for vacation, see friends and family, and yeah. But
Are you
since
Canadian citizen already?
in the process of it, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, and in terms of my career specifically, I I think yeah, startup project management. And some people ask me, oh, how did you find yourself passionate about it? How you started your career in project management? And well, not saying ages here or how old I am, but a way back, I was working as a UX designer, business analyst, and I was working closely with a project manager for a government project that I was in, and he was kind of teaching me, oh well, in let me know a few things in terms of concepts and practices for project management. And at that time, it was very much like a traditional way of doing things, waterfall style.
How
And
long was this, Deborah?
um, 10 years? No, we are, yeah, 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I needed to do a quick math here. Time flies. But anyway, and I got curious about it, started to learn and have more questions for him. And he was explaining me and even giving me a little bit of, oh, you can help me doing this and this. I was like, oh, yeah, this is interesting. And then I started to actually enjoy, and that's how it started and how was the beginning of my career. When I was living in Rio de Janeiro, I also had opportunity to actually start working as an agile, oh, sorry, as a project manager. And yeah, it was my first opportunity, like professionally speaking. I also took my MBA in project management there back in Brazil. And then after that, with obviously after few years working on it and having more experience to know about the ins and outs, the difficulties, the challenges that you guys probably know or are doing and living some of them. I took my PMP, my first certification in project management, and I gotta say, I mean, I love what I do, and since the beginning, uh, thinking now, I mean, when I look back and think about it, we obviously there are some exceptions, but I would say that the majority of the projects that I've been in driving, planning, helping, they are in their essence hybrid, and that is, and I found that very interesting in a way that it was because there is no one size fits all. And
Mm-hmm.
that was something that was always in the back of my head. And I was like, wow, this is actually not fitting. This is actually not working. Why we still needed to do those things. And we needed to adjust and adapt. And we were using Scrum the majority of the times. A few other projects or teams using Kanban, but the majority using Scrum. And that's how I started to actually be more involved in dedicating my career, my learnings, my certifications in towards agile.
Let me interrupt you a little bit,
Mm.
Deborah, because there's a lot of people that maybe are trying to start a new career today. You said that you started working in project management 10 years ago, and then you come to Canada 6 years ago. How was this restart in your career?
Yeah, that's a good question. Gotta say, we are lucky if you are in technology. That is a little bit easier comparing with other industries. So that's one advantage when I was immigrating here to Canada because I didn't need to certify again all
Mhm.
my degrees in from a university, so that's a plus. um, but anyway, after when I like I was saying, when I changed my plans and I needed to adjust and learn from that, uh, I was at that time with a student permit, which probably I
Mhm.
don't know nowadays if they changed the rules for immigration, but at the time you wouldn't be able to work full time, only part time jobs, which is the I would the most challenging thing because in our, I mean, most of the jobs, unless it's something like a trainee, but even though it's kind of complicated to find a full time or, sorry, a part time job because all the organizations they require a full time job.
Mhm.
So when I finished my program that I was studying, I started to look for jobs, and it is a little bit difficult in terms of, yes, you needed to apply, you needed to have a lot of patience, you needed to be resilient and learn. about yourself and how can
Mhm.
you provide the best value during the interview process, talking with the other hiring managers and things like that. What are the informations or what are the skills that they're looking for? Because you can obviously apply randomly for tens of thousands of applications, but it's not really efficient or productive in a way that you might find something that is not really going to be a good fit for you. So you
Mhm.
needed to invest time, and it was tiring, it was stressful. But after I think around 3 months and a lot of no's, I got an opportunity to start here in Canada my career as a project manager at Electronic Arts, which is a gaming company, Vancouver based.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm laughing here because I'm remembering when I come to Canada 15 years ago. I also spent about 3 months to find my first job. But in my case, I came in the immigration process. So when I arrived to Canada, I already have my permanent residence card. So I
Oh,
was able
that's
to,
good.
yeah.
That helps a
But
lot.
yeah, but this is the good news. But there's also bad news because when I came, I have no French. My French was almost zero, and I live in a city that we speak French and English at the same time. It's crazy,
Mhm.
and my English is not so good. So what I the first 3 months, I think that I sent. Sorry, I think that
That's
I
okay.
sent about 100 resumes
Oh
to
my
different
gosh.
positions, and I think I did about I don't know 60 or 70 interviews until I find my first job. And it
Hmm.
was by chance because I applied for one position and I was hired for another.
Oh gosh. Oh well. Yes,
And
I believe, Rogerio, it's really complicated. People think that it's easier to come here and just things will happen magically, and it's not really like that. We needed to be realistic, and for sure, when you immigrate to a new country, you starting from scratch. You have a blank page and blank book that you wanted to start writing a new chapter for your life,
yeah,
and you needed to still build a new network for not just for networking professionally, but also friends as well. So especially if you're coming alone or if you're coming with just you and your partner, and anyway, depending if you don't have any other support or people there that you already know. So it is quite challenging. And
yeah.
um, so one of the things that I did when I joined, oh, sorry, that I came here to Canada is uh, I used to be a volunteer PMI back in my hometown in Brazil,
Mhm.
and so that was something that I continued to do when I was here. So since when I got here, I reached out to the local chapter that they have, and I started to volunteer, be part of the events, meetups, and things like that. Not just PMI, but anything that was related with project management, because obviously I needed to know the culture and needed to know what is the environment, what is the work, not workplace, but the market here in Vancouver and things like that. So that's something that you needed to do it. Otherwise, how they will know who you are.
This is one of the first advice I give to anyone that comes to a new country in project management domain, of course,
Hmm.
is to find out the closest PMI chapter, become a volunteer, start networking, start participating in the events, because this will really open some doors. I did the same. And by the way, until today, I'm a volunteer to the mentoring program here.
Oh,
But
nice.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, but this is a very good opportunity to increase your network, to learn about the job market, okay, and to make visible. This is for
Hmm.
me is the most important thing is to make visible. People needs to know you when you arrive in a new country. Nobody's know you.
Exactly.
So yes, this is a very good advice.
And
we
not to
have
mention that you can,
a lot of
sorry.
things in common.
Yes, we do. Not to mention that networking and things like that will help you if you still don't feel comfortable enough about English speaking or things like that.
Mm,
So that will be very helpful because, of course, as you guys know, project management is almost 100% of your time communicating. So they need
uh-huh,
someone that can trust in terms of a good English communicator, not just speaking, but written and, you know, so
mhm.
that's going to be helpful for that too.
Yeah, sure. And how did
Yeah.
you, when you started working here in Canada, you started working in traditional projects or agile? How was your first experience here?
It was a hybrid, like I said.
Wow.
Let's at EA, they do have what I can say is that the way that the cycle of the game, the development cycle for the games, and when I was working there, I was working for FIFA 20, and we do have a gate model that I would say that initiation phase or closure will be more like a traditional way of doing things. However, during the production, when we're developing the game, we do use a lot of agile practices, and I would say that very heavy in Scrum. So there are a lot of teams using Scrum here. Yeah. So
Yeah, but,
that's why oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt you because I worked in many industries, but
Hmm.
gaming is something that I'm really looking forward to work one day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's really fun. It's nice. I love
I'm
it.
not a gamer. Okay, I'm not a gamer.
Mm.
I don't like to play games because
I see.
I understand. I know myself, and I know that if I start, I will spend a lot of time
You're
playing.
gonna lost track of time. Yeah.
That's it. But I feel very interesting because you have in a game creation production a lot of uh, different things to do. Okay, so in terms of project management, should be something crazy because you need to pay attention on the design, on the infrastructure, on the performance, on the strategy, on the I don't know what the phases that you need in a project. But can you tell us about how it works a project in a gaming industry?
Well, sure, of course. That was my first experience in a gaming company as well. And it was fascinating because, yes, they are very creative, they are very innovative, always looking to bring something new, of course, because it's a product that it's a technology product. And I would say that, I mean, in my experience in FIFA, we do have an amazing team. It's a big team for
You
sure.
work for the
And
FIFA game?
FIFA, yes. Yeah.
Oh,
At that
right.
time, it was called FIFA game. FIFA 20 was the version that I was working. And um, there was, it's so much, how can I put it this way? There are so many things behind the scenes about a video game that I was like, oh my God, this is actually how things are done. So there are like many, many other teams, each one of them taking care of a specific part of a
Hmm.
feature, of an asset, of a functionality for the game, for a platform for the game. So we do have a great structure that is organized to actually get all the ball rolling so everyone can meet the target because it is a lot of work to do. And I remember that in terms of phases, because you're curious to know about project management, like I was saying, we have still a gate model that they needed to accomplish because of some contractual things or marketing, some restraints in terms of a product and company. And however, during the development phase, we use a lot of Scrum and Agile practices there, just because we wanted to make sure that we will keep the team engaged and more agile and flexible to get the developers and the producers, which are the artists that will create all the features and what it's going to be or look like, the requirements and things like that. So we needed that agility and flexibility to adapt during the development, which has working well so far. Yeah.
It's interesting because we always think that when we talk about gaming industry, we immediately goes to agile. We never think that have something traditional or waterfall in this industry. But you
Yeah.
said that there's some part of this project that you need to monitor or to manage in a traditional way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, now that was like almost 3 years ago. And of course, especially I think after the pandemic, all the directions and all other games and areas within the company, we're trying to move towards agile as much as we can because we do see the benefits of it. And that's, I believe, one of the reasons why. But the only thing that still probably holds back in not be like fully agile is just some sort of contracts or other
Mhm.
requirements in terms of organization that they needed to achieve. So that's why they still have the gate model in place,
You're
which
saying in
is
terms
it's
of the
okay.
documentation, compliance, some things are.
Yeah. Some of those criteria that they needed still to comply about it. Yeah.
And how did you started with Discipline Agile? First of all, explain us what is Discipline Agile. The first question I asked you before this meeting is Discipline Agile a framework, a model? What's it? And you said that it's a toolkit, and I like.
Yeah. Yes. Well, many people get confused with within Agile about framework methodologies. Is well, what is it, right? So, Discipline Agile, it's an interesting question. It's a toolkit, so it gives the whoever is going to use it the freedom of the choice. And it was at that time at EA when I was here working for them that I saw many different things. Some of the things we were doing or using were not quite working or could be done better, and different teams that they have different needs and different ways of doing things. And I was like, there was something that was bothering me. And when I was looking at and studying, um, I was like, and I think I saw a post on LinkedIn, or anyway, I saw someone say something about Discipline Agile. I was like, oh, what is this? And I got curious and I started to look into it. I was like, that is it. That's what I wanted to do because it was really what I always believed in terms of how we organize ourselves and the teams in order to achieve a goal. And I'm very much of, how can I say, a believer that what Discipline Agile have the values and principles and how they try to deliver and bring the message to the community, to the companies, is very much more aligned with the message I want to bring. It's not about one framework, one way of doing things. And that's why you probably have seen or heard people saying, oh, one size does not fit all. And that's really, really true. I think after few years of experience in project management, I would say that yes, definitely not. And Discipline Agile comes to you or the company with a variety and an organization in terms of those options. They are a it is a collection, and that's why they call it toolkit. It is a collection of practices, tools, and processes that will help you to understand what is the environment you're in, what is your team, what is the context of your project, and what is those answers, how would be the best approach for you and your team to apply and have the best of it. So that's the reason why I started to work and study at first and get curious, and I took my first certification to understand the foundation, the principles, and what it means, Discipline Agile. And they have 4 layers if you go to their website, which it speaks about how they organize all the structure and framework they call the foundation layer, which is the principles, the values. Um, sorry. And the other layers are the discipline agile enterprise, the value stream, and discipline DevOps. And within all those layers, they have the blades, and the blades will bring you. It will show you a variety of processes and tools that you can choose and apply in depending of, like I said, the context, the complexity, the type of team, and the requirement that your project is in.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I really I really like the word toolkit when we talk about something hybrid, because
Hmm.
I believe that hybrid means that you need to adapt. You need to um, choose what works best for your project or for your needs.
Hmm.
And but there's something I don't like to push you too much and not put you in the spotlight. But I don't see. I have frequently looking for jobs in LinkedIn and other platforms, but I don't see much jobs, many jobs asking for certifications in discipline agile. Do you know
Uh,
why?
well, the way I have seen a few. I mean, here in
Mhm.
Vancouver, I'm not gonna
Okay.
say elsewhere, but I have feel not just as much as PMP or Scrum if you compare,
Yeah.
right? So if you
Yeah.
know and Google it, you'll see. Um, and it does indeed have a less, I would say, a demand for a discipline agile certification that is required in a job posting. Um, I believe that maybe one of the things that PMI now that acquire discipline agile is trying to do is educate and advocate, bring the information to the companies, to the community, so they get to know and learn more about it. Um, Another reason why, and that's my perspective, in my opinion, is that people usually they'll feel comfortable with things that are like longer in market because they will say, oh, because it's well known and they can trust, so they go to that specific item. Even a product, if you go and buy something, you're like, oh, I'm going to trust this brand because it's longer in the market, it feels for me that I trust more and whatever. So that's probably another reason. So maybe that's why executives or leadership, senior management, they have in mind agile scrum. But it's not just
That's
that.
it.
There's so many other things. There
This is
is
my
Kanban,
theory.
Safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are many others that it depends of your environment. Maybe you're trying to apply Scrum, but it's not really. It is that the right choice?
Yeah.
You don't know.
My theory is more or less about this. I think that most of the organizations did not realize that they need to work in a hybrid way instead of just fixing traditional or agile and go with
Exactly.
everybody. Uh,
Hmm.
there's many other options. I'm sure that discipline agile is one good option for organizations that are trying to work in a hybrid way. But there are many
Yeah.
others. But the point is, most of the time when I see a job description, I it's clear to see that they are looking for someone to work in a hybrid environment because they ask
Yeah.
PMP, Scrum Master certification. Okay, uh,
Yeah.
someone that will. This is a project manager position. Okay, for
Hmm.
a project manager position, they need to be PMP, Scrum Master, if sometimes product owner, and be able to attend some Scrum meetings and at the same time provide uh, project plans, monitor, controlling. So I said, okay, what they are looking for actually,
Yeah, they were
and
probably
this
looking
is
for
a hard.
someone that knows a little bit of everything and they can figure it
Yeah,
out.
it's a Swiss knife person, that
Hmm.
could do everything. But this is for me. This is not the problem because we a good project manager, a hybrid project management. project manager, he can work in the different context. But the point is, I'm not sure that the organizations really understand the context. This is
Exactly.
the point, you know.
Yeah, I
But
totally agree.
and that's why I see that not much job descriptions ask for discipline agile, because they don't think that this certification it's really needed. Maybe just because it's not addressing a specific waterfall or
Mm-hmm.
agile framework.
Mm-hmm.
And as a toolkit, you choose what you want. I don't
Exactly.
know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because, and I mean, just I had an opportunity to experiment and try it out a little bit of. That was my intention to bring discipline agile to the companies. I mean, because of exactly this reason, Rogerio, I totally agree with you. Because in and now even in my current job, I see that we do have a complex environment. We have many teams, and they all have their unique ways of working. It doesn't mean that we can force them to just use one specific practice. It means that, sure, it will works better if this team use this A or B or C, whatever you choose. But a discipline agile brings that organization, because if you think about, I don't know, but if you think about all the things that, and by things I mean the frameworks, methodologies, and everything involved within project management and agile, there are a lot of opportunities in terms of choices. And what I loved about Discipline Agile is that they bring that organization clarity about, let's structure everything here, all this synchronous, and figure it out, all these letters all together. So it gives you a better decision making
Mhm.
process thinking. So you will be able to, because discipline agile means that yes, they evolved scrum, it involves lean, which is
Okay.
the very very foundation of everything if you think about. And it's not that scrum, it's, if you think about when I was studying and I was like, oh, so scrum belongs, let's say, to the discipline agile, because it's not that belongs, I'm sorry, that's maybe not a good word, maybe other scrum people will be mad at me about that, but it
No,
means that.
I will close the comments this moment on the video. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Anyway, I was trying to say is that discipline agile means, as a toolkit, like I said, that all the other frameworks and practices are options. It's not that they're coming in to the industry with a different option. They are using what already exists, like Scrum, Kanban, Lean, Safe, uh, and Waterfall. They're all already in the market, and they just use it. Okay, so in this scenario, in this complexity, in this team size, or geographically distributed or not, so all that it will matters, and it will give you the right choice in, when you choose to how I'm going to approach for this project in our team, how we're going to use it, and what is going to be. I'm going to use the story points, or I'm going to use a t-shirt size, or I'm going to use what type of metrics or any other details. So this DA is going to give you that choice in terms of in helping you to do the best of it. And like I was saying, sorry, I maybe I took too long here, but
No.
I was gonna say that opportunity to see even today in my current workplace that we can, and I'm trying to apply how discipline agile can help the companies, and that's my challenge. I still have opportunities to apply and to use GA within the companies. um, I'm yet to experiment that. And so far, the experience that I have, not just today in the company I'm in, but also in previous company, I had the opportunity to try it out and to start working and using the terminology, the concepts, the values, and bringing that to the workplace. And the challenge, like you said, Rogerio, and that I couldn't move much more further on that, is that yes, the leadership, the organization, they have the need. I don't know, maybe it's a matter of coaching them better in terms of what are the best approaches and how can we actually transition to become a business agile company. It's so much more and so much more complex because, and I'm going to another topic here a little bit in terms of business agility. It's not just usually the technology department, the information technology department, or the software development department, but the whole business. And
Mhm.
TA has all the support to escalate the agile to the whole company.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, do you have there's a PMO or VMO or something in your organization that make it drive the project management or not?
Um, Currently, where I'm at, no, we don't have a PMO. Interestingly speaking, yeah, weirdly speaking, yeah, no. But I have other experiences that we did had a PMO, and and I was one of the people working very closely with them to figure out the processes and how things were going to be and the templates and even things like that. But interesting that you're saying, but no, um, not today, I would
So
say.
you have some flexibility to like
Exactly.
bring new ideas or new
Mhm.
features or new tools to your environment
Exactly.
and try to apply,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I was saying that I have now the opportunity to try it out, to experiment. And that's what I'm doing and bringing in those options and choices as a toolkit for us and some of the practices that we can start using, the team also can start using. So, and that's maybe that's the reason why I'm not, well, it's good to have a PMO. Don't get me wrong, that's not what I'm saying. It's just that currently we don't have one, and thing about it is that we have the freedom to experiment and try new things.
Yeah. The what do you think that this is? I will ask you to look at your crystal ball. What do you think is the future in project management? We see today artificial intelligence coming. A lot of people are completely, you know, uh, panicked in terms of losing jobs and thinking that project managers will be replaced by a computer.
Yeah.
How are you seeing all these changes today?
That's a hard question. I would say that, I mean, I've been following a few people that are talking a lot of disruptive technologies, and like you said, AI especially. So, in the way I see, and I agree with many authors that they've been publishing some articles or videos, podcasts that talk about project management and AI. How does this going to look like? And it's going to be, if you know and take advantage to learn uh, how to use that in your favor instead of doing some, I mean, investing, putting a lot of time and effort in terms of some of tasks that you have in your day to day, especially for data reports. So maybe AI is going to be a great tool to help you out in building all that information instead of yourself. So the way I see is that we will be able to spend and use our time for people management, other skills, as soft skills. Some people like to call it people skills, uh, instead of very operational tasks. That's what I
Hmm.
mean.
Yeah.
And in terms of what was the other question you said
No,
about?
no, it's about it. I see that all these new technology, new ways that we are seeing,
Mhm,
especially the AI. I remember long time ago when I first saw uh, a website and it was just letters and numbers. There's no images, no graphics, nothing. And I saw that the people say, "Oh, this will replace people that are typewriter." And I said, could be or not. Depends on how you're gonna adapt to this new technology. For
Exactly.
me, we cannot stop the evolution. It's
No.
impossible. You will not say, "Oh, I don't like artificial intelligence. Please don't bore me." Okay,
Yeah.
stay away from me. I will not use. I don't like who use, and that's it. It's not work like this. You need to engage. You need to learn. You need to see how to better use this technology in your way. I see artificial intelligence in not to replace, but it's a really a great way to improve performance, productivity. Okay, we can
Yeah.
save a lot of time
Exactly.
doing things with artificial intelligence that we can spend a much more time today do
Yep.
by ourselves. But we need to be open mind on this thing. And I always say that the same way is when we talk about hybrid project management. We need to be open mind. Hybrid project management is not a way to manage a project. Hybrid project management for me is a way to find the best solution or the best way that this project, specific project in this specific context, with this specific team, with this specific constraints, this scenario will be managed because each project is different. Maybe when you work for FIFA game, it's one thing. When you go to Game of Thrones, I don't know if Game of Thrones it's for you, but sorry, I'm gonna
That's
close the
okay.
comment here. Sorry, guys, I'm not a gamer. It's the same, you know. Each project is different, and
Yeah.
this is, I think that it's the biggest challenge that organizations need to improve to get to next step, next level, because I see a lot of things in the job market that I'm saying, listen, we are in 2023 and I'm still discussing these things. We are still looking for this kind of junior mistake, in terms of project management. But I understand that some organizations have some restrictions. I work for a company that have a rigid control over the projects because of the security. Okay, it's a,
Yeah.
a company that create security military products, and they need to have a strict control of access, documentation, process of development. So they cannot be agile and say, okay, let's look at the job market, what we're gonna do, and so
Yeah.
for each project, each industry, we have different scenarios, different contexts that I see my camera every time I change here, it's look like the camera try to focus me and balance. Sorry guys, if you are seeing this, it's not my fault. It's my camera. You see, it's balancing. But you see, we need to learn how to adapt to each
Exactly.
context, and find the best tool in our toolkit. Okay, I used to give an example. If I give you, you need to choose between a fork, a knife, and a spoon to dinner, but you only can get one tool. Okay, what are you gonna eat first? The first question. What are you gonna
Right?
eat?
Exactly.
And maybe you cannot eat what you want with just one tool. If you bring just the fork,
Mm-hmm.
If you order a pasta, could be, but if you try to order a meat, it would be strange that you put the fork and or try to.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a great point, Rogerio.
So this is the point. So I love it when you come to show us a little bit about Discipline Agile. And I say a little bit is not. Don't get me wrong, because I know that Discipline Agile, it's a huge
Yeah.
content, and I invite people that wants to know about Discipline Agile. What's the site? Do you have any address to that?
Yes, I do. If can, you can go to the PMI website, pmi.org, and then you will find in their menu agile practices, or I don't recall on the top of my head what the name is, but you will find in their website uh, Discipline
Discipline
Agile.
Agile.
And you will find from there many more information about the, like I said, the layers, the process blades, and especially the certifications and which one you should go to. They have like a path where you needed to ideally what's going to be for me to start and what's going to be the path towards being a consultant or a coach for DA. But you will find a lot of resources, mentoring, and other information that will help you not just to learn, but to how to apply and how to bring that to your place, to your organization. So
Discipline
uh,
Agile, it's a certification that we can have without experience.
they have like a foundation level, so
Mhm,
it doesn't really require the years of experience like PMP, right?
mhm.
And so there is a foundation level, and then after that you have the senior DASSM, the senior level, and after that you can have the choice of, like I said, being a consultant or a coach for DA. But if you already have the PMI ACP, which is an agile um, certification, sorry, certification from PMI, and ACP also brings a variety of other practices and frameworks. Uh, you can also apply for the senior DA senior certification, because in that case, that would be, you can, because you already have the certification, so you can go directly to the other level. But if you don't have any other certification, you can start from the foundation. That's what I mean.
I
Um,
found here. I found here
yeah,
the link pmi.org/disciplined um,
agile. Yeah.
agile. Okay, and you can find a lot of information. What's
Yes.
discipline agile? Why discipline agile? Discipline
Hmm.
agile mindset, agile certification. So everyone that are interested in learning more about discipline agile or want to become a
Hmm.
certified in discipline agile, it's interesting to go to this website and maybe again find the closest PMI chapter in your city or in your home to learn more, to know about. I know that it's only PMI chapters that can certify discipline agile, right? It's not, there's no companies that the private companies that certify discipline agile.
Um, you do
I
take
don't
the
know.
test online, yes, or I don't know if they have. They might have the option to take the test in person, in paper, but I'm not sure if in paper anymore. But anyway, they do have the option to take the test online, and yes, PMI is the one that applies and do the certification process. But you will find other trainers, practitioners that will help you with the training program or training course to help you prepare for the certification.
Mhm. Okay, okay, Deborah. I'm sorry, but I almost finished this our time. I know that you have another appointment right now. And I like really to thank you very much for your time, for your information, everything that you collaborate with us today. And I'm inviting you right now in public for another another day to come here to talk about the gaming industry. Okay,
Okay.
I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are really curious about this industry. I don't see many professionals in this industry because it's totally different from my profession. I'm more really banking
Oh,
and
okay.
yes, I
Finance
work more
side.
in
Okay.
financing and banking industry. So I like to know people from other industries to share experience and tell
Yeah, of
us
course. That'll be
how it
great.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna one dream that I have is to put the 3 or 4 different project managers from different industries
Oh, yeah,
and
that'll be
see
great. Yeah.
if we can have some in common.
Like a
Okay,
panel here we can discuss. Yeah, that'll be
for
great.
example,
Nice
government,
conversation.
health industry, gaming,
Mhm.
banking,
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
different
That's a great
industry, and say,
idea.
okay, what do we have in common? Okay, what do you have in common? I'm gonna
Yeah.
do this and be sure that you're gonna be invited for this
Oh, I'm very
for
happy to
this
do it.
meeting.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, also appreciate Rogerio for ta- welcoming me here and having me to share with you and for you guys that are watching this. Uh, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Very nice to be here.
Thank you. And thank you again for those that are still with us. And if you liked this video, give us a thumb up. And if you like to follow us, please look at my social media. You just search at Start Project Now in Instagram, Facebook, also here in YouTube, and you're gonna be advised by the next videos. I publish every day short videos in YouTube, and once a week I put a small, large video content about hybrid project management. If you like to share something, make contact with me. It will be my pleasure to have you in my next video. Deborah, thank you very much and have a good
Thank
night.
you. You
Bye
too.
bye.